Right guys, so this is the crypt and look at all the overgrown ivy that's on it, but there is openings here.
That's the old one.
That's the old lock that's broke. Look, it is an old lock as well. Hi guys, welcome back to the video on the channel here. So this is Kilfane Church, and there's an old ruin down here and a graveyard that we'll go in and explore and walk around. There's also a very interesting effigy in here of a knight from the 1300s, and it's the Cantwell family, and I believe there's a crypt inside the grounds. Right, so this is the beautiful church here, and it's kind of shaded as you come in the avenue with those trees. So we'll walk around first, or maybe I'll bring you in first actually and show you the knight's effigy in there. And I believe the effigy was placed as a cover on his grave, and it was moved in here, and it's protected now with this glass box around it. So this is the church ruin. So we can see here the knight from the 1300s, and this goes back to the Cantwell family. And I hope there's not a glare off the glass and you can all see what's in there. Here's his armour on there. And just the other side is his shield. Now I will put a picture or a photograph over the video so you can see it a bit better. But the design that's on the shield is the coat of arms of the Cantwell family, I believe. And he's also known as Fada, Cantwell Fada. And Fada in Irish is long.
And he is long.
And he's long legs, yeah, as we can see. He'd make a great supermodel with those legs. Look at that. How old? You know, the history is brilliant, like 1300s to see something, and it's great that they have it actually protected in there. You know, the weather, the rain and stuff will destroy that in time. So that's the knight.
These were lords of this area.
The Cantwells were lords of the area. Like back then, they would have owned a vast amount of land. There's a stairs in there, like a little room, and it actually doesn't go anywhere. It just blocks off there. Yeah, so they would have owned loads of land in the area. We're talking maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 acres of land. Some of these people owned it. And it's a holy water font. Now, this one has some kind of coat here, family crest as well. I can see in it.
Like an M. Oh, 3 M's, is it?
So it says, "Here light deposited in hopes of resurrection. Everlasting," is it? Life. Richard Lee, in the county of Clare, it says. Esquire, the son of Henry Lee, Esquire, descended from the ancient family of Darnold, is it?
Darnold, yeah.
Darnold Hall in Cheshire,
Yeah.
in England. He died of what? The smallpox.
Oh, wow.
He died of smallpox on the 12th day of March 1707 in the 42nd year of his age. Only one son of 3 years old. So there's more interesting information about that family. Died of smallpox from Cheshire. So I'll bring you out through this door. And this is inside the old church area.
Fire, I'd say, was it?
The old windows and an old fireplace there. Chimney area. They have a nice grave here. It's hard to see any inscription on that. I don't know what this stone is here.
An old millstone.
It's an old millstone, so you would have had something in the middle of that to turn it. Henry Moss, 1856 to 1924. So maybe somebody's buried there, because there's a date and a name.
There's a headstone, I think.
Right, so on this one, we have buried in here, we have Captain Robert Smith, Yorkshire, 1782 to 1863. His wife Jane, 1783 to 1864. So she passed away roughly about, I think, a year later. Died at Columkill House, Thomastown. So there's beautiful graves in around this area, and the trees. Mary Normile, in memory of her father John Dudley, who died in 1908. So there actually is an inscription on the other side of this. Loving memory of Jane Harriet Robinson, who fell asleep in Jesus, 1854. So that's who's buried in that beautiful grave. I think there's one just over here I'll show you before we go around. Is this cross. Beautiful white cross here on this one. And we have a bird on it, it's a dove, is it? In loving memory of Elizabeth Williams, wife of Frederick C. Williams, who died 1944, aged 78. And then we have a Miriam, infant daughter of Fred and Miriam, who died in 1977. So we'll make our way around the other side, and as I was saying, coming in, there's a crypt here. Now the other area is a private family burying ground.
See the lump? That must be where the crypt is.
That lump there, where the sun is actually shining on the mound, that is the crypt. And it's beyond the other side of that wall, so it's a different entrance way to get in there. It's totally separate. There's just the one family that are buried in there. Lots of headstones in here. Look at all these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here lined up. And I don't know if there's a gate, is there? There is a gate there actually, but it's kind of something tied on it.
It's tied.
So I can't read what's in there. Now I do see a name on this here, Reverend maybe. Lewis is the name on it. And I don't know if it'll read from there either, I won't. It's too far. It's a pity. As you can see here, they have it tied up just to stop people from going in, I suppose, and keep it safe. So that's the other side of the church. The bars and those windows. Nice church. And yeah, that is the crypt. You can see the way it kind of rises there in the ground, the difference. This one here says, erected by John Barry of Sugarstown, in memory of his father Andrew, who departed this life 1820, aged 40 years old. Also his grandfather John. Wow, look at that. Just noticed. Also his grandfather John Barry, who died in 1855, aged 101 years old in 1855. Super age. Nice Celtic crosses. Unfortunately, this one is just a wooden cross, and it does seem to be kind of breaking. So this is the way down to the private family cemetery. It's separated from the church. Now I do believe as well, because I do some research before I come to these places, there's Catholics and Protestants buried in the grounds here. So it's both. Now that gate I think is closed, is it? I won't get in there. So it's hard to see who's buried there. But that's separated as well. Now, so this is the burying area here. It's a beautiful little garden looking area. The Powers are buried here. Now this one says Casey, in loving memory of William Casey, who died the 5th of May 2006, aged 69. So they're the Caseys. But just as you move on down a bit more is where we come to the Power family.
Very elaborate.
Very, very elaborate gravestones here. And in the corner there is the crypt. And it's kind of covered in overgrowth. But what we're going to do now is read the headstones first. And then we'll come over to the crypt and have a look. So this is sacred to the memory of Derek Elliott Power. 5th, is it? A V. Is that 5th Baronet of Kilfane, Captain the Rifle Brigade, who died for his king and country, January the 20th, 1902, from fever, it says. Contracted on active service in South Africa and was buried at Standerton in that country, aged 28 years old. So he was a soldier who died
See
from...
that? It's like the badge is actually made out of stone in it.
That's his regiment
Wow.
badge for the army. So he died from fever while on active service. And then next door to that then we have actually a rifle on this one. Look at this. And all that lichen is kind of making it hard to see. But you can see the butt of the rifle, the trigger. We can see the rifle just there now. And it's sacred to the memory of John Elliott Power. IV, does anybody know what that means? IV. Is that 1-5? Is that 15th Baronet of Kilfane, Imperial Yeomanry, who died for his Queen and country. So the other one was King and country. In South Africa, was mortally wounded at... What was that noise? I heard a weird noise over there. At Lindley, died June the 1st, 1900, and was buried. So these are only memorials. They're not actually buried here. They're buried in South Africa. That's what I'm thinking. I fought a good fight, it says, and finished by course. I have kept the faith. So we have all that verse down there.
Look at this. It's like a binoculars case.
That's his water thing, is it?
I thought it was like for binoculars or something.
Anybody that's into military stuff would know what...
It looks like his binoculars would have been in that. It's like a...
Maybe there's binoculars in that, yeah, that's what they were for.
Is. Then look.
And here we have his helmet. There's his helmet, look at that. So this is a memorial grave. He's not buried here. Oh. He's buried in South Africa.
You have a belt and is it a dagger or something?
But the detail, the dagger and the rifle and all there. Now if there's another picture of this online where there's no lichen on it, I'll show it you, because...
Imagine that cleaned up.
See, that's what people would love to see.
Yeah.
People, if they came in here on a tour and looked at all that.
Like that is all...
Very interesting.
That's all stone?
It's all made from stone, yeah. The helmet and everything.
Wow.
So, there's more family members there. I can't really read that one. This one here, I think, is Florence. Anna, I think is the name on that. She died in 1909. There's a photograph of this. Daphne, is it?
Daphne, yeah.
Daphne is the name on it. Wonder what it says on the... Loving memory of Daphne Dempsey, who died in 2001, aged 75. So they're different names, but I'm sure they're all connected through marriage or something like that, or family members. And we're just fixing up the little candle holder or light thing there.
So well kept though, isn't it?
But if somebody comes in here for sure, you know, and cleans it up, we have a little bench there for people to sit down as well. And this is Kathleen Mab Power, beloved daughter of the Reverend B. Power, who died aged 22 in 1901, I think. Look at that stonework. The flowers. Maybe lilies on it. So the area, as you can see, grass is cut. Beautiful trees. All around. Right guys, so we are going to go over a course you want to see. We'll have a look in that crypt and see what it looks like in there. Now, from looking up and doing some research on this crypt, it was vandalized a couple of times. It was vandalized. So we'll see what way it is inside there. Will give us some clue. Right guys, so this is the crypt, and look at all that overgrown ivy that's on it. But there is openings here that we can look in and see inside the crypt. And straight away there you can see those lead coffins. The lead coffins that are there. There's a skull there as well on the left. You see the skull? Underneath. And more lead coffins. If I could just see, so if you can hold this torch for me, this side. just in there where that is.
Oh yeah.
And I can zoom in. So there's the skull. Just there. You can see. And there's all those bars there as well. So that was the shelving. So the coffins would have sat on top of those bars. And there's another leg coffin underneath the bars.
It's like the coffins are all just...
They're all just crumbled. Like they're turned upside down. So as I was saying, it was vandalised. And it does look like to me they were thrown around. Those coffins were definitely thrown around. So it's very, very disrespectful. Now there is a smell coming from there and it's not nice. And I'm not saying for a second that it's a smell of bodies, because they wouldn't smell.
It's just musty.
It's just musty.
Gosh, there's so many bones
But
in the back.
if I look over here then, look. If I try and zoom in over there. See the coffin up the top? It's like it's... Is that wood?
It's like it's been pulled open at the wall side.
Oh, there's bones there as well.
Yeah, but it's see the way the top of it.
See the
It's
hip?
up here.
Look here.
Yeah.
There's more bones up the top right. You see them?
And that's a skull.
There's a
cap.
skull. That's actually where they were laid out in the coffin like that. You can see the head, the skull, the hip bones. Look.
But you can see the top of the lid has been pulled open.
They've
Up
pulled
here
it all
to one
back, yeah.
side. Stickers.
They've really
Oh,
tore
gosh.
that coffin to bits.
Down at the bottom there, underneath that coffin you were just looking at.
Yeah.
There you can see more remains.
There.
No. Do you know the coffin you were just looking at?
Yeah.
So come down in under it, down at the back.
Oh God, yeah.
May not pick it up. There, you can see it.
You can see the skull through the bars there. Just there. That's sad to think that a family's resting place is left like that.
Like there's so many coffins.
And people say to me on videos, you know, their people are dead, they don't care. But that's not the point. Wow, there's a weird noise in there. Did you hear that?
Yes.
There's a weird noise
That
in
was
there.
like a big loud tap.
I'll have to go back in the video and listen to that. There was a tap in there or a noise.
Like a knock.
Look at the bars where they used to be resting on. So, yeah, they were definitely vandalised. Look at those
yeah.
coffins.
There's two there in the middle part.
Those lead coffins end up like tin cans.
Yeah.
They just crumble away.
2, 3, 4. I'm saying there's 5. 5 coffins in here altogether.
So we've 5 coffins in there. So there's a good... and look how far the door goes down. It goes all the way down there, the door. So it's the bottom of the door
So, yeah.
starts.
So do you know the way you could see what coffins are on the ground?
Yeah.
That would have been in, and the coffins would have been on either side then.
So there was a big step down into it.
Yeah.
And that's the door of it. So it was vandalised.
There's a lock, look. And a chain.
There's a lock on it there, yeah, look at that.
I don't know if it is actually even part. Oh, it is kind of around it.
Oh, there's a chain here, look at that, guys.
Oh, and a new padlock. So that's the padlock they must have broke into.
This is the one they broke.
And then there's the new one.
And the new one is there, look.
Feckers anyway.
The new one is in there.
That's the old one.
That's the old lock that's broke. Look, it is an old lock as well.
How bloody bad is that?
Oh, I don't get people. Why they do those things. Bored teenagers, I'd imagine.
I don't know, were they looking for jewellery or something?
We're looking for valuables.
There's no...
Now, I don't know if there's anything here, is there?
No, there's not.
No, there's no name over it. But the chain there telling us that it was broken, a new lock was put on. So they went in there up to no good. Yeah, and another name here just outside then. May Wilmot Beatrice Power. Ooh, that's a long name. Eldest daughter of Sir Richard Power, 3rd Baronet of Kilfane, who died the 18th of March 1966, aged 90 years old. So
Is
that's
it 1866 or 19?
that's 19.
Is that?
1966, age 90. So there we have it. And these people are buried in their own little area here in Kilfane. We can see all the beautiful crosses. And the church then is opposite the wall there on the other side. So guys, on this beautiful warm summer's day, I'm going to leave it at that. Interesting finds here in this old place. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. It's totally free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And hit the notification bell. And I'll talk to you all on the next one.